Hi, my name is Caroline Gleich, and I'm a professional skier based out of Salt Lake City, Utah. I'm up here in Big Cottonwood Canyon today, going for a little tour, and we're right now hiking up some gentle south-facing slopes, trying to stay on slopes under 30 degrees right now with the deep slab instability that we have. And also the south slopes are a little bit safer than the north and east facing, just because they don't have that deep depth hoar. Here we came across an avalanche that occurred during the storm, and we're on a north-facing slope that's about 35 degrees, so prime spot for avalanche activity. So a lot of times as I'm hiking along, I'll just stick my pole in and see what I can feel. And right here, you can feel a pretty hard slab, and then after that, it's really easy to poke all the way down. So definitely a red flag. Right now we're getting to a slope that is a little bit steeper, steep enough to slide. And so we want to be a little bit cautious with our route finding here. As you can see, the left side of the slope has a lot of snow on it. That's the north face. That's where the faceted snow is. So we'll either head up straight up where there's not very much snow, or a little bit to the right on the south side to avoid the faceted snow. It's so hard to tell which slopes are going to slide and which ones aren't. You really have to use the terrain to your advantage and stay on slopes under 30 degrees. Going through the layers here, this is all new snow, just kind of erodes away. And then one finger going down. Till this point it seems like a pretty good snowpack, but then as soon as you hit this depth hoar, it's just super rotten. Just sugar. So the extended column test is a really great tool for showing the propensity for propagation. So in layman's terms, just to see how likely it is that the avalanche is going to shoot across the slope. So with this kind of snowpack, it's especially tricky to know which slopes are suspect and which ones aren't. And so the best thing you can do is just avoid the steep terrain and jump on some lower angle terrain instead and have some fun in the low angle trees instead of the steep rocky chutes. So with these kind of conditions, it's really important to watch your slope angle. So there's a couple different iPhone apps or other ways to measure it. But this one right here, see, we're on about a 28 degree slope angle. 29. And that's right where we want to be. There's still a pronounced hard slab on a deep weak layer, and so there's still the potential for a big avalanche, but it is gaining strength. So, but you just don't want to gamble with it. So I would say the best skiing is still on the lower angle slope. It's a little tricky out there negotiating the slopes that have already slid, because some of them have actually reloaded enough that they could slide again, and so it's just really hard route finding, I would say. And unless you have excellent avalanche skills and route finding skills, just don't mess with it.